Hello YouTube family, how you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. I got a ton of messages through Facebook, texts. Shout out to all the families that reached out to me, wishing me a happy Thanksgiving, making sure I'm safe. I want to make sure you guys are all safe and having fun, eating good meals, having turkey sandwiches and, good leftover meals, right? In today's lesson, we are going to go over how to create your own pension fund. Okay, how to create your own income stream that will be impenetrable, last forever. It's practical, it's simple, and it's a principle. You know, I love principles. Got to stick to my principles. We're nothing without principles. We're animals. Okay? If you have principles, you've got morals, you're sane, your finances will be in line. You won't be risking, hoping, and praying for miracles, for the lottery, for the this and for that. You get a practical plan with some principles to back it up, and we guarantee ourselves success, right? Just want to shout out some families that have been really helping me push along the way, that have wished me a happy Thanksgiving. Shout out to the Ortegas, shout out to the Thornton family, Lewis family, shout out to Velos, my people in California, my people in Virginia, Texas especially. Shout out to all my military families that I'm serving. I love you all. And shout out to all my Patreons as well that have contributed on a monthly basis since the very beginning. I love you. Thank you so much. So let's dive into it. Here we have an example of an individual just making $5K a month, has a career, okay? Their take-home pay, $5K a month. Starting expenses, $3,800 a month, okay? And let's say we have a mortgage, okay, a $300,000 mortgage, amortized over 35 years, 4%, okay? And our cash flow is $1,200 after all expenses, all debts, the mortgage, all of it's paid. All right. Now, let's say we got our debt weapon. Okay, we got our debt weapon right here. Unsecured line of credit, or it could be a HELOC. All right. But let's just say we're working with an unsecured personal line of credit for $15,000. All right. And we're going to apply what? The velocity banking method. Using the bank's money, other people's money, to pay off debts, acquire assets, use that assets and cash flow to pay ourselves back, which we then pay back the debt weapon, do it all over again. We save money on interest, we save money on, fees and principal. We get our cash flow, and it's a very simple strategy. It works, right? You know it, I know it, we love it, we do it, all right? So first chunk, starting on this mortgage for the first year, we're going to make $9,900 chunk payments towards our mortgage every 6 months, okay? With a cash flow of 12, doing velocity banking, every 6 months doing $9,900 chunks, I'll be able to zero out the line of credit by month 6, which will give me the capability to make the chunk again of $9,900. So I'm going to do that for the first year. Come the second year, let's assume that in a 12-month period, this individual increases their income. They get a raise, okay? Let's say that raise gives them an extra $200 cash flow per month, okay? 200 times 12 is 2,400. 2,400 plus 9,900, boom. Our new chunk is 12,300 a year, not a year, every 6 months, okay? So second year doing velocity banking on the mortgage, okay? We're gonna make $12,300 chunks every 6 months, okay? And let's say the third year happens again, get another raise. Maybe we don't use all of our raise applied to the mortgage. Maybe we start, I don't know, do something else or spend some money being American, right? let's say we increase that chunk amount to $13,200. That's a $900 increase. Okay? That's an average income across the United States. Pretty normal. All right. And let's say we just stayed at this number for the next couple years. Conservatively, doing velocity banking on a $300,000 mortgage at 4% with a cash flow starting at 12 and then gradually increasing over the year very little by little with a mortgage payment of that. This mortgage will get paid off in 7 years or less. Okay? Now I want you to write this down. 7 years to pay off the first mortgage. All right? It's the first start of building our pension fund. All right? So note that. It took us 7 years or less conservatively to do velocity banking with a line of credit of $15,000 starting out with $1,200 cash flow, gradually increasing. Okay, as soon as, guess what? As soon as this gets paid off, okay, this mortgage, I'm gonna have an increased cash flow of this amount, yes? 1328.32. Okay. Now, somewhere in these 7 years, I'm definitely gonna increase this line of credit to at least 20, 25K, maybe even 30K. Okay? Without a doubt. Now, what I'm going to have this individual do is when this whole home is paid off, would you agree that we'll definitely have 300,000 of equity, if not way more? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, cool. So I'm going to have this person get a HELOC on this first home, and we're gonna acquire a second property for $300,000. Just buy a $300,000 home outright. Okay, puts us in debt of $300,000 again, does it not? Of course. Cool. But here's what I'm gonna do. This home right here, what am I gonna do? Do I need to live in 2 homes? No. Okay. What if this person can maybe they could either live in this home, they can live in this home. Maybe this person is a young individual like me, 22 years old. Maybe they just live with their parents, right? This is hypothetical. Just think it through, all right? Either way, this person can either live somewhere else, find somewhere to rent cheap, right? Or just stay in the first home, move into the second, whatever they decide, right? But this person acquires a second property and receives rent either from the first one or the second one, okay? Whichever one, right? Would you agree that whether it's the second property that we got, it paid off the whole mortgage, so therefore I can have a tenant either in this one or this one of the two, right? Or both. And that'll what? That'll increase my cash flow, right? And I'm just, I just threw some numbers. I'm like, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, or maybe a 3-2, depending on what state. 300,000 can get me quite a bit of land. For a single family home, maybe it could get me a duplex. Collect 2 rents from one property. Maybe a 300,000 get me a triplex, a quadplex. You never know. Depends. Who knows what state we're in. It's just hypothetical. Play with me. So let's say I'm getting 1,650, 2,000, okay, with that initial cash flow of 12, with an increased cash flow of 1328.32, right? And then over 7 years, an increase in income of about $3,300. See, total cash flow will be right around this number. And let's say I did the same exact thing, velocity banking on this new debt of $300,000 to acquire the second property, right? Now I got a HELOC for 300,000. Here's the beautiful part. With a HELOC at 4% or whatever, maybe higher, lower, who knows. The point is, it's simple interest. So no matter what, that 300,000 is going to get paid off a lot faster than this 300,000. Would you agree? Because it's simple interest. Okay, cool. So I did the math. With a cash flow of this, doing velocity banking on a HELOC, easily this property would get paid off in 4.3 years. So I want you to write this down. 7 years plus 4.3. Okay? And let's say this person is starting out at 30 years old, or 25, or 35, or 40, or even older. Work with me. First property got paid off in 7. The second got paid off in 4.3 years. Okay? Now let's say I did that again and I acquired a third property using the same HELOC. I might have a higher HELOC by then, right? The value of the homes probably definitely go up over the course of 11 years, without a doubt. But let's just say I bought another property for $300,000 and I got a tenant and they're paying me rent, $2,200. And say it's a 4.3 or a 3.2, or maybe this is in California, right? People will pay that. Okay. Do the same exact thing. Velocity banking, using the bank's money, right? To pull money, pay off the whole home. This cash flow and this cash flow combined, right? Doing velocity banking, boom. House will get paid off 3.2 years, right? We'll have a new cash flow of 8K. So I want you to add the numbers. 7 plus 4.3 plus 3.2. We're looking at 15 years down the road. Think about this. 300,000, 300,000, 300,000. And you figure all these properties appreciating at what, maybe 3, 4, 5% every single year, right? You'll have at the least, you'll have 1.5 million in real estate, in land. 3 properties. 1, 2, 3. All paid off, all cash flowing. 15 years. Okay? So if I'm 30 years old, now I'm 45 with 1.5 million assets, cash flowing 8K a month. A month. Okay, work with me. Keep playing, keep playing. Let's say all I did was continue to do this for the next 15 years, right? You would acquire another 3 properties easily, okay? With about $4.5 million in real estate conservatively. So that'll be 6 properties total, okay? All the properties will be cash flowing anywhere from $1,600 to $2,200, possibly even more, right? Inflation, prices, everything's gonna go up. Would you agree? Over the course of 30 years? Hell yeah. Okay. Their income conservatively will be anywhere from $9,600 to $13,200 just from the properties. Just from the properties, not even their salary job. They might just leave it by then if they're doubling, what they're making at the job, or they could keep it if they love that career, right? Real estate doesn't take a whole lot of your time. It really don't. You're a landlord. People pay you rent. You show up once a month. Something's wrong with the toilet. Boom, bring someone. Something's wrong with the windows. Boom, you bring someone. Roof repair. Bring someone. You're gonna have the cash flow all throughout the time, right? Even if you didn't have cash flow, what do we got? We got equity. We just do velocity banking. Wipe it out, yes? Okay, cool. With an expense anywhere from 30 to 40%, right, throughout this whole entire period. Income anywhere from this towards the end, 6 properties, right? That's what, 15, that's 30 years, over the course of 30 years, still working at a career or a job, right? Maybe I'm a business owner, maybe I'm an entrepreneur, I'm in sales, okay? During this time period, all right, what I'm gonna do, either during the process and most definitely after, is I'm gonna take 60% of cash flow and I'm gonna invest, okay? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do the same exact thing. I'm just gonna invest in real estate, okay? I'm gonna get me a sustainable business. I'm gonna work on establishing my kingdom, right? Impacting and influencing the people in my life so that they can what? Adopt this same concept that my kingdom has adopted, these principles, so that we can keep moving forward. You figure if husband is doing this, and then wife starts to do it, and then the kids, let me not. So cash flow, 60% of that, boom, investing in these things. Very simple principles. Real estate, it's land, retains value. Sustainable business, it's sustainable. It'll never die. It'll outlive you and your generation and your family. And it's just something you pass on. Kingdom, come on, man. A kingdom's a kingdom. You influence and impact a domain, a territory, and all the people in it, and everything in it. Rulership, domain, kingdom authority, your personal leadership. Very simple. Then I'm going to take 40% of my cash flow, right? So I got 60% cash flow investing, and then I'm going to take 40% and save. How am I going to save? I'm going to put my money in insurance. I'm going to get a policy on myself, on wife, on all the kids, all the heirs. Put insurance on the business, on real estate, protection, everything, right? I'm going to take a portion and I'm going to get me some commodities, gold, agriculture, maybe even some more vacant land, a sustainable product or service. Okay? Gold, right? You can check that out. I'll have a link down below. Get you some gold. You start out small, you work your way up, you end strong. Very simple. Okay? Cash assets, right? Anything that pays me consistent dividends, okay? And then putting my money in anything that I can hedge, where I don't have to worry about tax. Okay? I can store my money in tax-free shelters that will hedge against this growth, okay? Offsetting taxes, interest, fees, costs, all that. This money offsets and this money protects this money, which then gives us the ability to transfer wealth. So this is interesting. In a matter of, 30 years, so from age 30 to 60, right? Or 40 to 70, or 20 to 50, right? In a matter of 30 years, we can create a sustainable pension fund, right? Bringing in anywhere from this amount. That's 6 figures. Man, this is conservative. 6 properties, conservative. Any household, any American, starting out here or even less, can do this. Right? Because not everyone has a $300,000 mortgage to begin with. Right? Maybe it's lower, maybe it's higher. Maybe you don't even have a mortgage. You got a bigger advantage. If you're young, you're a millennial, dude, let's wipe out all that personal debt and let's focus on principles. Why are you chasing ROI? Well, what are you doing? Why are you hoping and praying for a lottery? Right? And hoping and praying that my stocks is gonna do this and my stocks is gonna do that. Right? That's play money, right? And if that's your calling to do stocks or crypto, then you got to get the programs, you got to get the principles and the rules in that. Don't just hope and pray. Don't just put money and just save it and forget. Don't do that. No, actively be looking Be an active trader, right? Focus if that's your thing. Because I've got some of my clients, that's their thing, man. Stocks, crypto, options, forex, currencies, right? Straddles, right? And pips and this and stop losses and all that. Hey, if that's your thing, if that's your calling, if that's part of the what? Your kingdom, then yes, we need to focus on that. If that's not you, okay, then consider something like this. Very practical. Even that person that is on the side of the crypto and the trades and the stocks, right? I'll just add that in here in the investments, right? And then you're still gonna apply this, man. Oh, y'all not hearing me. Only a few, right? But this is amazing. I think this is a viable principle to just have a pension fund, something that will pay you forever and ever, right? Isn't that amazing? My name is Denzel. Hope you enjoyed this quick lesson on how to create a pension fund for yourself. If you want to get more information, if you'd like to support this channel, work with me one-on-one, check out my Patreon page below. If you want to get information on acquiring some gold, starting out at a very early age, right? Starting out with little, working way up, ending strong, got a link below. All right, if you want to work on trying to build your credit so that you can get out of debt, so that you can leverage credit and capital, I'll have a link below. Check it out. Education is key. Knowledge is power. Let's go. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a wonderful day.